Hello, I'm Toppy and welcome back to another brand new Fortnite video. Today I want to talk about hacking in Fortnite because just the other day I think I found my first obvious hacker. A few times I've doubted players thinking they might have aims or walls, but nothing really obvious. This time this player was definitely hacking because I rewatched it a few times and there was no way that I could have died. So I was in a duos game and my teammate died about halfway through the game. I carried us to the end of the game and I got down to the final 2 after killing loads of players in the final circle. I was looking around for this player and I moved around to the other side of the building in Pleasant Park just to look around on that side, and as I dropped down onto a ramp I just dropped dead. It said in the kill feed that Toppy took the L, and then it showed the winning player who was playing as a bush completely out of line of sight and wouldn't have been able to get a shot on me even if he had fired a bullet. Take the L usually appears in the kill feed when you either killed by a trap, you fall to your death, you fall off the edge of the map, or you accidentally kill yourself with an explosive. None of these happened. I watched it back about 2 or 3 times and there isn't a trap anywhere around, and I was on 100 health and I fell less than 1 block. And because the other final player is playing as a bush and is just watching me die, it makes it seem really suspicious that it probably is most likely a hack. Obviously it could just be a glitch in the game, but it just seemed a little bit like too much of a coincidence for me to die from a glitch in the final 2 players when he's hiding in a bush so obviously. In Battle Royale games hacks are extremely useful just because of the size of the map and it's so unpredictable as to where a player could be coming from. If you have wall hacks, you know exactly where players are coming from, you know when to challenge, when to wait, and where to head towards if you want to get those kills. And for aim hacks, it just means that it doesn't really matter what weapon you get. If you get a grey that isn't very accurate, with an aim hack like auto aim that locks onto the head, you'll be able to deal just as much damage as a scar in a short amount of time. But even though Fortnite is the biggest game in the world at the moment, it does seem like there is very little hacking in the game. This is the first time that I've ever really found an obvious hacker that could potentially just be a glitch, but it does seem like a hack. Other times it has just been players that have been locking on a little bit quickly, but they could either be lucky or just a very good player. This is one of only 3 or 4 players which have actually reported, which compared to PUBG I was reporting loads of players because that game was just broken with hacks. They actually added an instant replay feature into the game so that as soon as you were dead you could watch back from the other player's perspective how you died, because it was so often that you were dying to hacks, mainly just because it was the biggest game in the world at the time, and also because they launched it without proper anti-cheat software in. Fortnite definitely learned from their mistakes. As soon as the game really started getting big about 2 months ago, they added in easy anti-cheat into the game. This is one of the main anti-cheat softwares that is used in a lot of games, especially on the Epic engine, and it's there just to spot players who are trying to cheat, and it auto bans them. And by the looks of it, Fortnite is also a very secure game. It does seem like it's pretty hard for players to develop these cheats, just because it is hard to do. I know there have been a few instances of players who have been hacking, making it into the mainstream media, just because Epic are making such a big deal out of it. Late last year, a story came out about a 14-year-old who had been posting videos on YouTube showing people how to use cheats in Fortnite. First, Epic just striked his content, but then he decided to try and appeal that strike, and this was when they decided they were going to try and sue him. So they filed a lawsuit, and at the same time they came up with this statement saying that Epic is not okay with ongoing cheating or copyright infringement from anyone at any age. As stated previously, we take cheating seriously and will pursue all available options to make sure our games are fun, fair and competitive for players. So this really looks like Epic are definitely trying to keep their games as clean as possible, trying to do a much better job than other games have done, because if you look at games like PUBG and Counter-Strike, they definitely have a lot of cheats in and they're kind of known for that in the community, and I think by doing stuff like this to really stop the hacking before it can become a big thing, will definitely keep the game cleaner, more fun and fair for a longer time. As we've seen, once successful hacks are made and start to be distributed, it's pretty hard to stop them just because there is so many players doing it. So I really think that they're doing a great job by taking this approach, and for the size of the game, the hacking in it is definitely very minimal, and they really are doing a great job at keeping it that way. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, whether you agree with me or not, whether you think that hacking is quite a big deal already in the game. If you want to see more videos, make sure you are clicking on the links on screen now. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.